my legs, my underarms, the upper lip, both big toes, and the top of my feet as well. Of course, the upper lip doesn't get shaved, but rather plucked, because we all know you'll develop a moustache if you shave it. As a girl, you don't want that. I used to be happy enough without all the shaving, but then I started with that crap, and now I can't quit. Back to shaving my arse. Unlike other people, I know exactly what my butthole looks like. I look at it every day in the bathroom. Standing with my bum facing the mirror, legs spread, my hands holding my arse cheeks apart and my head practically on the floor, I look back between my legs. I shave my arse exactly the same way, except that I have to let one cheek go in order to hold the razor. The wet blade is put against the cauliflower and then pulled bravely in a straight line outward from the center, right on out to the middle of the cheek, occasionally leaving behind a stray hair. Since I'm always conflicted about the idea of shaving, I always rush it and end up pressing too hard, which is exactly how I cause the anal lesion that's the reason I'm lying here in the hospital now. Blame it all on lady shaving. Feel like Venus. Be a goddess. Perhaps not everyone knows what an anal lesion is. It's a hairline rip or cut in the skin of your rosette. And if this small open wound gets infected as well, which down there is highly likely, then it hurts like hell. Like with me right now. Turns out your butthole is always in motion. When you talk, laugh, cough, walk, sleep, and above all else, when you go to the bathroom. But I only realized this once it started to hurt. The swollen hemorrhoids are also pushing with all their strength against the razor wound, ripping the lesion open even farther and causing the worst pain I've ever experienced, by far. In second place is the pain I felt run down my spine, rat-a-tat-a-tat, the time my father accidentally slammed the hatchback door of our car on my back. The third worst pain I've ever felt was when I ripped out my nipple ring taking off a sweater. That's why my right nipple looks like a snake's tongue now. Back to my bum. In excruciating pain, I made my way from school to the hospital and showed my cut to every doctor. Immediately, I got a bed in the proctology unit. Or do you call it the internal medicine unit? Internal medicine sounds better than specifying arse unit. Don't want to make other people envious. Maybe we can just generalize with internal medicine. I'll ask about it later when the pain is gone. Anyway, now I'm not allowed to move. I just lie here in the fetal position with my skirt hiked up and my underpants pulled down, arse toward the door. That way, anyone who enters the room immediately knows what the story is. It must look really infected. Everyone who comes in says, "Ooh," and they talk about pus and an engorged blister that's hanging out of the wound on my butthole. I picture the blister like the skin on the neck of one of those tropical birds that puffs its throat out when trying to mate. A shimmering, inflated, red-blue sack. The next proctologist who comes in says curtly, "Hello, the name is Dr. Knotts." Then he jams something up my arsehole. The pain bores its way up my spine and into my brain. I nearly pass out. After a few seconds of pain, I feel a wet squishiness and cry out, "Ow! Give me some warning! What the hell was that?" His response, "My thumb? You'll have to excuse me, but with that big blister there, I couldn't see anything." What a way to introduce yourself. "And now, what do you see?" "We've got to operate immediately. Have you eaten anything today?" "How could I with this pain?" "Good. General anesthesia, then. It's better given the situation." I'm happy too. I don't want to be conscious for something like this. What exactly are you going to do during the operation? The conversation is already straining me.